Welcome to the reading of the Times Reporter newspaper for Tuesday, June the 2nd. My name is Pam, and let's begin with the area deaths. Marjorie J. Cunningham, 85, of Newcomerstown, died Sunday, May 24th, at Community Hospice Truman House in New Philadelphia. A public graveside service will be held on June 6, 2020, at 11 a.m. at Coshocton County Memory Gardens. Marjorie and her husband Jack will be honored with a military service conducted by Newcomerstown Veteran Honor Guard. A celebration of life will be held at the family home at a later date. Kathleen Ann Kathy Gersimoff, 77, of Leesville, Ohio, died Saturday night, May 30th, in the Community Hospice Truman House at New Philadelphia following a brief illness. A private family service will be conducted Wednesday, June 3rd, 2020, in the Leesville United Methodist Church following a family visitation in the Baxter Gardner Funeral Home at Sherrittsville. Well, friends, that concludes the death notices for Tuesday, June 2nd. Let's begin with our first article. Commissioners express relief that Sunday protest was peaceful, by John Baker. In New Philadelphia, commissioners expressed their relief Monday that this weekend's demonstration in downtown New Philadelphia came off without any problems. I'm just very thankful it was peaceful, said Commissioner Al Landis. Tuscarawas County sent a very solid message that it can be done respectfully and to honor the type of situation that our nation is facing. Several hundred people gathered at the Tuscarawas County Courthouse Sunday afternoon to express their anger over the death last week of George Floyd while he was in custody of Minneapolis police. Floyd's death has sparked violent protests in cities throughout the country in recent days. I was proud of the way the people of Tuscarawas County handled it, added Commissioner Chris Abul. Commissioner Joe Soretti said it was a great demonstration. I think it could have gone to hell in a handbasket very quickly, he said. There was a lot of prayer and preparation that went in, and even with the best intentions, with all those outsiders, one thing could have happened to set it off. Landis was on scene throughout the afternoon on Sunday and marched with the protesters to Tuscarora Park and back. He offered his thanks to Tuscarawas County Sheriff Orvis Campbell and his deputies, and New Philadelphia Police Chief Mike Goodwin and his officers for their efforts. They were courteous, they were very helpful to the demonstration, and they were polite, he said. Landis also applauded Craig Howell, the county's maintenance supervisor, who was on county property the entire time. The New Philadelphia officials who attended, including Mayor Joel Day, Council President Don Kemp, and council members John Zukal and Rob Maurer. And he thanked Taylor Jackson, the event organizer, who met with Landis and Campbell before the protest began. Landis said Jackson showed respect to those who are in leadership here. In other action, commissioners awarded a provisional contract to Superior Paving and Materials, Inc. of Canton to widen and resurface North Orchard Road in Lawrence Township. The contract is for $648,000. The contract is subject to state and federal approval. Those two entities are providing funding for the project. Next article. The Municipal Court reopens. New Philadelphia Municipal Court reopens to the public Monday after closing in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Court is open from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Access to the clerk of court's office is limited to one person at a time. The violations window accepts cash, check, and money order payments only. No more than 10 members of the public are allowed in the building at one time. Access for in-person hearings is permitted only for plaintiffs, defendants, attorneys, prosecutors, subpoenaed witnesses, victims, and victim advocates at the time of a scheduled hearing. Everyone entering the courthouse is required to wear a mask covering the mouth and the nose. No more than 10 people, including court staff, are allowed in the courtroom or hallway waiting area. Social distancing, hand sanitizing, and other state and local health department rules are being enforced. Some eviction hearings were to resume Monday. Plaintiffs must comply with the Federal CARES Act eviction foreclosure moratorium requirements before filing any eviction notice. Assignment to the New Philadelphia Municipal Court Program and Inmate Work Program will resume with work crews starting by assignment June 13th. More information, including rules about court operations, is available on the court website at www.npmunicipalcourt.org. Well, this next article, Museum Acrylics Find New Line of Work Manufacturing Coronavirus Barriers by John Baker. In New Philadelphia, like many small companies, Museum Acrylics saw a great deal of its business dry up with the coronavirus pandemic. The New Philadelphia company specializes in doing projects for museums, but with museums closed and short on cash, those projects have either been put on hold or canceled. So, Museum Acrylics has branched out into a new line of work, manufacturing and installing custom-made plastic barriers for businesses in places where customers and employees interact. It's a good way to make ends meet, and you're serving the public, doing something that is really important, says company owner George Lawrence, who has been in business for 40 years. Museum Acrylics branched out into this new venture about 6 weeks ago, relying on advertising and word of mouth to find customers. Lawrence's first installation was at the Brewster IGA. Then he installed barriers for What's Cooking Cafe in New Philadelphia. The Martinelli family, which is associated with the restaurant, provided good word of mouth, he said. Since then, the company has also done work at the Avon City Hall near Cleveland and is installing barriers for Dover City Schools and at the Tuscarawas County Courthouse. For his museum customers, Lawrence typically uses high-end acrylic, but it has been hard to come by since the pandemic. Normally, he could get a delivery of acrylic in 1 day or at most 2 weeks. Now he's been told it could take as long as 29 to 30 weeks in some cases to get delivery. With acrylic hard to come by now, he is saving it for museum work. He has begun working with PETG, a clear but durable form of plastic, to manufacture the barriers. Acrylic is good for conservation work because it does not give off any dangerous gases that can be harmful to paper items or photographs. You have to be careful what plastic you use, Lawrence said. So the bottom line is, we save all the good stuff we have for the museum work, and for someone's barrier in the doctor's office, it's not going to matter. Lawrence said Museum Acrylics specializes in doing custom work. If a business wants a barrier, it can be bent into different angles as opposed to one that is just flat. Ours is really cool looking, he said. The barriers are designed to go up fast and easy and are held in place by a clear urethane tape, which is safe and holds well. It doesn't require that holes be drilled into the countertop to hold up the barrier. The tape also allows for removal of the barrier. Lawrence has seen this new line of business expand in the last few weeks. It slowly blossomed, he said. We're doing stuff all over now. Well, this next article is titled, Restart Tusk Initiative Awards $41,000 to Help Local Small Businesses by John Baker. The Restart Tusk Initiative has awarded $41,000 in grants to small businesses in Tuscarawas County that have been impacted by the coronavirus shutdown. In round 1, 69 applications were submitted and 17 applications were approved, according to Harry Eden of the Tuscarawas County Economic Development Corps. The grant range from $1,000 to $5,000 and are going to businesses with 20 or few full-time equivalent FTE employees. The money can be used for such things as purchasing inventory, bringing employees back to work, and paying rent. A total of 34 businesses have applied for grants in the second round. The applications have been graded and are now being evaluated. Applications for round 3 are being accepted until June 5th. Which round a business was eligible for was determined by when it was allowed to reopen by the state. The Restart Tusk Initiative has $106,000 to distribute, with money coming from area agencies, foundations, and individuals, as well as the Tuscarawas County Commissioners. We will likely save some money for businesses that are still not allowed to open, such as tourism and theaters, Eden said. We will have money available for them when they are able to open. Many of the small businesses that applied for the program had to close and also didn't qualify for the federal payroll protection program. Because of that, they didn't have much other opportunity for support because they were just shut down, he said. Those are the businesses that we are seeing apply. Eden said the initiative is trying to help businesses that were pretty solid to begin with and have a good chance to succeed once they reopen. One question that applicants are asked is how long they've been in business. If they've been in operation for some time, they have a better chance to survive, he said. The other thing we're concerned about is, are you prepared to restart? Did you put together a plan to restart safely for your customer and employees? That shows these businesses know what they are doing. The majority of applicants for the grants had to close during the shutdown. We know a lot of people who operate small businesses, Eden said. There are neighbors and friends and relatives. In many cases, we know firsthand what they're going through. We're trying to help them. Well, our next article is titled Tuscarawas County Agricultural Society to host a fundraiser. Tuscarawas County Agricultural Society will host a drive-through chicken barbecue fundraiser at a gun raffle to raise money for the upkeep of the fairgrounds. The drive-through chicken barbecue will be held from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or until the chicken is sold out on June 27th at the Tuscarawas County Fairgrounds, 259 South Tuscarawas Avenue in Dover. Chicken will be $7 per half or $25 for a family 4-pack. Pre-orders must be placed by noon, June 23rd, through texting 330-340-2720 or messaging Black Sheep Barbecue at 330-340-2720. That is the same phone number. Limited additional quantities will be available on the day of. Tickets for the gun raffle are now on sale for $20. The ticket limit is 500 and 7 guns are available. Every ticket will be entered to win every gun, and those who win a gun will not be eliminated. If all 500 tickets are sold, a bonus gun will be added. Guns available include a Henry Youth Mini Bolt 22, a Ruger Wrangler, a Bersa Thunder 380, a Bond Arms Derringer Rowdy 45-410, a Ruger Security 9mm, a Ruger EC95 9mm, and a Taurus 38 Special 85-62. The drawing will be held at the Chicken Barbecue on June 27. Tickets are available from any Senior Fair Board member or at the Fair Board office at 259 South Tuscarawas Avenue in Dover. The office is open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. Those interested must be age 21 or older to purchase. This next article says the Wilderness Center offering junior naturalist programs. The Wilderness Center is currently offering the Explore Your Wild Junior Naturalist, a program designed to offer upper elementary students 6 weeks of nature activities to help them learn, create, and explore the outdoors. Once registered, participants will receive an email with directions to help them access program materials. Included among these materials will be the Junior Naturalist Guidebook. This can be printed at home, and copies are available through the center's outdoor drop box. Every Monday, a new lesson topic link will be added for that week's activities. Activities can be completed in any order. When each activity is completed, it will need to be recorded in the guidebook. When a student has completed all 6 weeks, they can email photos of their completed guidebook to twc@wildernesscenter.org, and they'll be awarded their official Explore Your Wild Junior Naturalist pin. To register, please go to wildernesscenter.org/junior-naturalist. Well, this next article is titled Twin City Profile, Robin Johnson by Tammy Taggart. Name, Robin Johnson. Hometown, Uhrichsville. Job, owner of the Robin's Nest Antiques and Furniture. Tell us about your business. My business is a labor of love. I handpick lovely antique furniture pieces, treasures from another time. vintage finds, and gently used quality furniture. What's the most rewarding part of your work? Finding a diamond in the rough and transforming her back to life again. For example, an old Hoosier cupboard. I love old cupboards. Well, what are the most challenging parts of your work? The lifting, fitting everything in the shop just right, cleaning all the pieces to suit me. The minute it arrives, it's got to be cleaned, and I'm usually already tired from a day of shopping and getting my new treasures home. What fictional place would you most like to go? Well, Atlantis. What job would you be terrible at and why? A math teacher. I'm not a numbers person. I'm terrible at math. It never was my strong suit. I'm a visual person. I can visualize everything. Decorating, home decor, designing my lovely gardens. I see it. I'm great when it comes to taking 10 to 50% off for a sale though. LOL. What skill would you like to master? Playing the guitar and the violin. What's your favorite drink? Hot tea. Are you usually early or late? Late, sorry. What do you wish you knew more about? Old literature and history. What is your ideal way to spend a weekend? Relaxing by my pool with a nail-biting mystery, spending time with family, and enjoying some great conversation around a late-night campfire. What is something you think everyone should do at least once in their lifetime? Maybe primitive camp, kayak, get with nature. I need to get back into nature myself. What is something you will never do again? Ride a horse through a flooded road, bareback no less, especially one that runs along the Stillwater Creek. What's the one thing about you that no one else knows? I'm really scared of the dentist, shots. And if something is bothering me, a few tears slip out and I hate it. So embarrassing. What is the most impressive thing you know how to do? Well, I can't say I'm great at anything. I guess I would say I'm a jack of all trades. I'm pretty proud I learned how to change a kitchen spigot. I'm great with my 3M Bondo. What I really wanted to say was loving my family. Robin is married to James Johnson. Their children are Ryan McDaniel, Don McDaniel, Opfer, Lindsay McDaniel, Jordan McDaniel Naylor, and Corey Johnson. Her store, The Robin's Nest, is located at 610 North Water Street in Uhrichsville. Well, this next article, is the end near for restaurant buffets and salad bars? By Tim Bottos. The food industry must adapt or perish in COVID-19 world. Samplers, nibblers, grazers, and glutens have long enjoyed the bountiful virtues of the self-service restaurant buffet and salad bar. Why order one main dish when you can taste 5? Why settle for ranch dressing when you crave Italian as well? And why risk undersized portions when you can decide for yourself when to say when? The American version of the buffet can trace its roots to Las Vegas in the 1940s. The origin of the salad bar is a bit more murky, though it's clear they began to multiply throughout the 60s. Despite their popularity, such culinary actions have always had a certain ick factor for germaphobes. The buffet and salad bar have been a source of norovirus for many years, says Barbara Kowalczyk, assistant professor of food safety and public health at Ohio State University, where she is also director of the Center of Foodborne Illness Research and Prevention. Norovirus, commonly called the cruise ship disease, causes vomiting and diarrhea. Kowalczyk pointed out norovirus didn't kill buffets or salad bars, so she's not yet sure what impact COVID-19 will have on their long-term viability. I think the pandemic is going to change many things for years to come, she said, but the end for buffets and salad bars, well, that's too hard to predict. For now, in Ohio, buffets and salad bars are permitted to operate with one radical change. Customers can no longer serve themselves. The food must be dished up by restaurant staff. Restaurants such as Amish Door in Wilmot in southwestern Stark County have devised plans to keep buffets and salad bars running. A plexiglass guard allows Amish Doors diners to look but not touch. At the table, guests fill out detailed order cards that are delivered to employees wearing gloves and face masks to fill plates. It's a new kind of normal, says Katie Gill, marketing coordinator for Amish Door Village. Gill said the new plan worked well last weekend on a buffet offering of 5 meats, 6 hot sides, and a salad bar featuring about 40 items. She added the recent extended dining room shutdown allowed staff to try new things. The result was the addition of handmade pizzas to the menu and an improved and enhanced carryout and delivery business. It's kind of a tale of 3 scenarios out there, explained Homan Mohimani, media and communication manager for the Ohio Restaurant Association. She said some buffet-style eateries continue doing carryout only. Some are in the midst of devising plans, and others have already opened. Buffet or no buffet, there's no one-size-fits-all, says Mohimani. Before the pandemic, 1 in 10 workers in Ohio was employed in the restaurant industry, which made up more than 23,000 locations. The Restaurant Association and health officials teamed up to devise a voluntary program that enables restaurants to detail for customers the precautions taken to battle COVID-19. Dubbed the Ohio Restaurant Promise, operators are provided with decals to display on windows. Mike Palmer, president of Dutchman Hospitality Group, says his 5 Ohio restaurants will slowly ease back into buffet and salad bar operations. It had evolved into a big part of our business, he said. Before the buffet concept took off, the Dutchman eateries featured family-style meals delivered to the table. Palmer says he believes that option may become popular again for the near future. Palmer, who served on Governor Mike DeWine's advisory group that drafted guidelines for reopening restaurants, said the long-term future of buffets and salad bars will be determined by the demand of consumers. I expect we'll get there at some point, he said. Last weekend, the Der Dutchman restaurant in Walnut Creek and Dutch Valley restaurant in Sugar Creek had staffed breakfast buffets. Palmer said the group used the dining room closure period to develop grab-and-go offerings such as casseroles and pizzas. He said they also began distributing frozen pies, a plan that had long been on the to-do list. The Stark County area is home to a slew of restaurants that are either exclusively buffet or prominently feature them as part of their menu. They include everything from Canton's top China buffet to the small salad bar at Ruby Tuesday in Jackson Township's Belden Village area. Count Buffet Dynasty, also in the Belden Village area, as one place still figuring out the new guidelines. Earlier this week, Stark County Health Department officials had to investigate a complaint that the Asian food restaurant was allowing diners to serve themselves. The restaurant operators have the responsibility to read the guidelines, says Paul De Pasquale, Director of Environmental Health, adding that health inspectors are available to help with questions. According to an inspection report, Buffet Dynasty's manager told an inspector he was making customers use hand sanitizer upon entry. He said he was unaware the self-serve buffet was no longer permitted. He said he'd immediately make changes. Quaker Steak and Lube, a chain known for chicken wings, has closed its popular lunch buffet until further notice. Tina Sherbin Arundel, a spokeswoman for Quaker Steak's owner, Travel Centers of America, said they will continue to monitor state guidelines. Things will definitely look different at our restaurants, including distanced chairs and dining tables, single-use condiments, limited restaurant capacity, and many other safety and social distancing related measures, she said in a prepared email statement. Scott Conaway, owner of Perry Township's Marscotti's Pizza, said he's permanently eliminated his lunch buffet, Wednesday night dinner buffet, and the rest of his smallish dining room. I just don't see a future in it, he said, adding profit margins wouldn't work for his place if employees had to serve items on the buffet. Instead, he'll use the dining room space for more take-and-go reheatable offerings. I just think going out and populating restaurants is over for the next year, Conaway said. Well, my friends, this concludes the reading of the Times Reporter for Tuesday, June 2nd. My name is Pam, and I'm saying please stay safe, be blessed, and make it a great day.